People say Goku can't even lift over 10k tons without Super Saiyan. To this day, it's 2019 about to transition into 2020, yet people still out here discrediting Goku lifting strength and try to use that to justify why Goku isn't stronger than characters like, for instance, Luffy. Well, we are about to put a stop to that today. Hello everyone, I'm here today with a Goku video to debunk the Goku can lift over 10k tons myth, However, I am not alone. We have one of our partner in crimes and friend to the end of time here back on the channel with us, MJXTV. What's going well, my brother? It's been a very long time.
Yeah, it's been a minute, my man, but I am happy to be back on your channel. Let's talk about how much Goku can lift.
Right. So to kick things off, MJ, tell the audience why Goku struggling to lift 10k is such a really bad and rather horrendous take.
Alright, so we're gonna head over to Z, we're gonna head over to the second part of the story, and we're gonna head to the manga. Now, people like to think that this is actually a filler scene, but it is not. It is in manga chapter 428, which corresponds with episode 207 of Dragon Ball Z, or 101 of Dragon Ball Kai, whatever version you are watching or reading. So, during this portion, everybody is preparing for the tournament in the Buu arc. And at this point, Goku is training with weights on the Kaio's planet. And at this point, all the Kaios gather around him, and that South Fighter is there with him. Goku is in base, he's in the air, he's doing his combos. Then Kaio-sama says, what if I increase the weights to 10 tons? And then Goku himself doubts if he'll even be able to move. Kaio then tells him to go Super Saiyan, and then it's no problem for him and he's back to doing his combos. Now 10 tons, one on each limb, making a total of 40 tons of weight. That in itself is always been controversial, and that in itself has always been weird, and people have used that as a way to downplay Goku depending on such. But I'm gonna throw it over to Keelan, because chapter 428, there's a lot of other stuff in the series that shows that stuff has been inconsistent, but nonetheless, Goku can do some extraordinary things, and lifting 10k ain't no issue.
Right, so if anything, that's all just inconsistencies and author stupidity that isn't consistent and shown to be false throughout the series. Goku is casually shown lifting objects such as boulders easily even as a kid. Dragon Ball Super completely crushes this. We see Goku in base lifting 9 oversized humongous weight on King Kai planets like it's nothing, trying to loosen himself up. Heck, that's the first 3 episodes of the series. We also seen Goku in base along with Vegeta do 50k push-ups on Beerus planet with weighted suits that sinks into the planet by just sitting there because they are so heavy. The estimated weight for anything to even start to break the crust of Earth to reach to the mantle has to be over millions to billions of tons. That's just a really low ball as well. Hell, people don't even realize mountains weigh easily over 1 billion tons, some even to the trillions. Take for example, Mount Everest. It weighs exactly over 1 billion tons. The actual estimated weight for Mount Everest by itself is 178,500,000,000 tons. So imagine the universe's strongest, heaviest, and densest material being lifted, which is Kachin. Shown in Z. In DBS during the Tournament Power Arc, the Daishinkan created a material that far exceeds even that, calling it Kachin, which in that same tournament, we literally see Goku and Vegeta in base chunking a bunch of Kachin boulders at their opposition from Universe 2. We also see in that same exact arc a weakened and fatigued-based Goku stand up in an enhanced super black hole that was crushing through the Kachin with its weight. A regular stellar black hole weighs about 3 to 10 solar masses. A supermassive black hole ranging from millions to billions of solar masses. Basically, to get a better understanding how much they actually weigh, in easier term, is weighed by stars. The black hole, which is at the center of our very own universe, is weighed at 6.6 billion suns. Universe 7 is based on our universe and is quite larger and more expansive as well than our own. That also shows you a regular black hole would weigh more than several stars. Since Goku withstood a super pretty black hole rather casually while weak and fatigued, just a lowball, he'd be capable of lifting over 2 octillion tons. If we weren't to lowball and actually go by the supermassive black hole that it is, then we'd get an estimation of 1.32 undecillion tons. That's an extremely large number. That means that's really nothing. 10k tons is nothing. So, but compared to Goku's striking power and DC and attack potency, that's really not impressive at all. In fact, it's far below how much power and energy he could put out, especially since he was able to stop a super dense mass of energy with the punch and base that was stronger than the previous dense energy ball that destroyed Universe 7, and that was in Battle of Gods. And since then, his peak self is astronomically superior, and not even at his peak of power, he was able to shake and fill up the infinite world of void, which is all consistent since he even surpassed that power at his peak. We know all Hakaishins can casually destroy their universes with just some to as little as of not even an actual real percentage of their power, which is ridiculous. And also backed again by the infamous battle between just Super Saiyan Gogeta and Super Saiyan Broly, who shouted the boundaries of reality were just their sheer energies being too powerful. In the end, the Goku downplay just needs to stop. Just because someone like Toyotaro does an inconsistency of having Vegeta struggle with lifting Vegeta by having Beerus say, "He weigh over 1,000 tons, Vegeta," it's just a writer being inaccurate and wrong. It's just a line that basically means nothing, and at the times, forget because they're human beings who forget things sometimes. Hell, you might forget things sometimes. We see literally on a daily basis where people forget stuff all the time. Hell, the very next arc, Goku is shown dealing with Kachin from Zamasu. Plus, it's for the sake of entertainment and being different than the anime. It literally means nothing. But before we end this video, we're gonna have MJ, I'm gonna throw it back over to him, to talk about even when Goku was as a kid, he was over there pushing boulders before he even had ki.
So back in early Dragon Ball, Goku was shown to do a lot of extraordinary stuff even in the anime as well as in the manga. Now, one of the big things that he did during the training with Roshi and Krillin was they were able to move around boulders that were several meters high, surpassing many times in height to even that of Roshi, a full-grown adult. The boulder that was moved was pixel calced over on Versus Battle Wiki, and I'll give Keelan the link, that way he can drop it in the description. Now, I don't always reference Versus Battles Wiki, but when it comes to their calculations, most of the time they're pretty good for Naruto and Dragon Ball. And in this calc, the post actually tells us that when you convert the boulder, which he was able to calc at 1,190 kg, when you convert that over to US tons, that is 1,311 tons. Now, as Keelan said, this is Goku before the 21st tournament. This is before he met any of the masters that would teach him how to use his ki and teach him proper ki control and to teach him training that would go even beyond Orochi. This is early Dragon Ball Goku, who could potentially move around stuff that is over 1,000 tons. So yeah, 10k tons for Goku in Z, let alone Super. Come on, dog.
It's ridiculous because even in Z, back in the Z anime, we see Goku during the Kid Buu fight literally push two mountains apart. And as I stated earlier, they're millions to billions of tons. Some even over trillions of tons. This is nothing for Goku. Plain and simple, this is nothing. Stop the downplay. It's 2019 about to be 2020, people. Let's just give Goku his credit. Stop this hate train. Give these characters their due credit. No, Goku isn't the strongest character ever in anime, mangas, or even fiction. He's not even the strongest in his own verse. Why would anybody really think he's the strongest out there? They just saying that just because they're just big fans. Okay, we all have fans like that. You deal with that on a daily basis. You have people out there that think Saitama is the strongest person. You have people out there that think Superman is the strongest person. Who cares? But at the end of the day, let's just stop the downplay. Goku would slap Luffy. Goku would slap Naruto. Goku would slap majority of the mainstream anime verses. Let's just stop the downplay, alright? MJ, anything you would like to say?
I think you're right. It's 2019. We're heading into 2020. I think when it comes to anime characters and specifically Goku, since he's always the one who's scaled against people like Superman and, Thor and characters from like comic books and stuff like that, people just barely started to accept the fact that Goku is like universal. And then once they did that, the next big downplay for him was his speed. So the whole speed of light thing happened. You know, remember back in the day, it was, can he destroy a planet? And then once he did that, they're like, okay, well, can he destroy a universe? And then once he did that, they started to question his speed. And now that we're getting to this point, it's like people are just kind of scratching and clawing at ways to downplay him against other characters. But at the end of the day, there's so many feats, and even OG Dragon Ball, where Goku is lifting stuff that could potentially be over 1,000 tons. And this is Goku even before training with all of the masters, all the godly teachers, and even in Super, where he is literally training under angels, you know, so.
Right, and who knows, right now he's trying to get down UI impact, you know?
Right.
And that exceeds that of all the Hakaishin's power. You know, he just went against, what, 2 God of Destruction tier opponents? Well, really, he went against 3. You have Kefla, you have Jiren, and you have Broly. So, you know, he getting up there, and I think people are just really getting scared that Goku's going to end up being an actual dominant force in the long run. If Dragon Ball keep going in the ways that they're going, you know. So,
yeah.
Hey, can't hate on it. It's called character progression and development.
Low key though, people ain't gonna want to hear this, but if you take composite Goku and you combine all the feats that we've seen like in Heroes and stuff and scale Goku off of that, he is a force to be reckoned with already. But you know, I'm not. When people don't want to hear that though, you know. So
yeah, it's ridiculous out here. But that wraps up the video, guys. Thank you for listening and watching. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, and subscribe to become a part of the Prideful team. This was your informer, educator, and analyst, Pride Wave, and guest, MJXTV. Take care.